The truth is, you know what you want. But the truth is that's very scary, because when you know what you want, and once you've accepted that you know what you want, then you have to accept responsibility and accountability for what you have. And a lot of people aren't ready for that. If you don't take responsibility for your life, someone else will. If you don't take charge of the direction of your career, someone else will. And to be fair, it may not even be on purpose. They just will. If you don't have direction, someone else will tell you what direction you should be going in, and you'll go in that direction because you don't have direction. And they don't mean to come and dictate what you're doing with your life, but they just see that you don't have any direction yourself, and they also see that you have potential, or they see that, or maybe they just care about you deeply, so they'll come and give you some advice. Oh, you know what, Rashad, you don't have any direction in life. I think you should go and get a course. You should go and get a degree in plumbing, because financially that would be good, and maybe you'll make 50-60 grand a year. That's just an example of something someone could tell you when you don't have any direction, or you don't have no direction in your relationship, and now you got your mom or your dad telling you that you need to marry this person you don't need to be marrying because you don't know where you're going. I was having a conversation with a friend the other day, and I hadn't seen him in like 2 years. We linked up or whatever, and he said to me, Rashad, you're always very conscious of your decisions. That's what he said to me. That's verbatim what he said to me. He said you've always been conscious of your decisions, even from school. And a lot of other people are lost, especially in my generation and our generation. Why do you think that is? And number one, I agree with what he's saying. I have always been conscious with my decisions, and I'm gonna explain why. But the way he said it was as if I was born with something other people aren't born with, like I was just gifted or something. Like you've always been conscious, like God just gave you this gift of just knowing where you're going. But that's not true. Couldn't be farther from the truth, actually. The truth is that I've always been honest with myself. And obviously I'm not perfect. There might be like stretches of time where I'm not honest with myself, and it's unconscious as well. It's not conscious effort that I'm not being honest with myself. Maybe at the time I do think that this is what I want, or this is where I'm going, but then I wake up, or a lot of the time, nah, fuck that, that's bullshit. Truth is, deep down in my heart or my head, I know what's wrong and what's right. Even if for a period of time I'm doing the wrong thing, I know this is not what I want, this is not what I want, this is not what I want. But sometimes the heart and the head and the gut, they're three different things, and they all can lead to the right decisions. You can use your brain and be led to a very productive or very fulfilling life or decision. You can use your heart and be led to that same decision. You can use your gut and be led to that same decision. But sometimes all three of those things want different things. And usually I'd say go with the gut, because especially as a man, sometimes you just think too logically. Like, oh, you know what, I don't want this, but this is the right thing to do. Like, this would lead to this and this would lead to that. And you start trying to connect all of these dots, but in reality, you have a gut feeling this isn't right. And sometimes you should go with your heart. Logically, this would be a cool idea, but my heart's not in it. But then sometimes you should do stuff that your heart's not in, but you have a good gut feeling about. You might not have you might not feel to do something, but your head knows that it's the right thing to do. You see how conflicting it can be. It's like an internal warfare. But anyways, I digress. So let's have this conversation with my friend, and he said that, and he asked me why is that, and I said to him, because like I said, the tone in which he said it, and like the rest of the conversation, like prior to that comment, he was kind of like trying to say that, like almost as if I had something that others didn't. And I said to him, well, we was talking about our other friend who's lost, and he himself said he's lost, and so I'm comparing myself to them too. And first, before I go into the nitty gritties of the conversation, I said to him, so would you say that I'm more conscious of my decisions than you and I'm not gonna say his name, innit? He said yes. I said, why do you think that is? He says, I don't know. He said, you just are. I said, no, that's not true. I said, well, I'm not gonna say his name. The other friend I'm talking about, I'm not gonna say his name, but let's just call him Charlie, because I can't just keep saying not his name. I need a name to say. So I'm saying, well, Charlie's the whitest name. Let me come with something else. Some black shit. Jamal. That's T black. Fucking whatever, man. Jamal. So I'm saying, yo, Jamal, I didn't grow up with more than Jamal. Me and Jamal both have single parents, single moms. Me and Jamal grew up in similar scenarios. We both went to the same school. We both grew up in the same area. Like I said, financially, I don't know his financial situation like that. Like, I don't know what his mom was saying. I don't really know. But I'm just saying, even if he did have more money or less, it wasn't significant. So what's the difference? We had similar cards. That's what I'm trying to say. We was dealt similar cards. So to come here and say, oh, well, you just knew you was going, Rashad. No. I made conscious decisions, like you said. I made conscious decisions because I sat down on my ass when I was 16 years old and I meditated and I thought. And I remember this one time, I swear to you, I remember it like it was yesterday. And I remember telling my brother about this as well. I don't know if he really told me like that, but I was like, he was asking me that I'm going on a tangent right now, but I'm talking about my brother, this conversation with my brother, and I said to him, he was asking me at the time when I was like 16, 17, so a few years ago, what made you leave college or some shit like that? And I was saying to him that it just came to me when I was meditating. And the truth is if you sit down and you close your eyes and you stop using all these vices and distractions, these drugs, the lean, the alcohol, the porn is the worst, oh my god, fucking TV, Netflix, anime, whatever bullshit you got going on, anything, you sit down by yourself in silence. When was the last time you did that, by the way? Because that's another thing I can say about myself. I spend a lot of time by myself. A lot of people don't truly really know what being by themselves is. They're very codependent, and even if they are by themselves, as in they're not with another human being, or they always have something like their phone or the TV. This is why everyone's addicted to their phone, because it's a constant distraction. Like, it's a distraction from yourself. Like I said earlier, one of the most scariest things is to sit and be alone by yourself with your thoughts, no escape. If you do that, sit down, no TV, no distractions, no vices, no alcohol, no girls, no sex, no porn, cut this shit off, bro. You know, when I was 17, I went celibate. Do you know how weird that sounds? What 17-year-old says, let me be celibate? Who does that? A lot of 17-year-olds aren't even having sex. Like, who actually consciously does that? Like, I remember I was having sex with this girl, right? I was 17. I literally remember this so well. This could have been yesterday. That's how well I remember it. Fucking, and I'm finished, right? And I just was like, what am I doing? Like, yuck. Like, ugh. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? I was just like, I just looked at her and I was like, I am never coming through here again. And I did come through again, but but no, the point is, after that, I actually said I'm not having sex like for a couple years. I wasn't a couple years, that's cap. It was a little while. I didn't give it a time period. I just said I'm not gonna have sex, and then we ended up being about maybe like 8 months. But look, my point is I understood at the time that was a vice for me. That's something I used to escape, like my reality. Like, that was my thing. I'm trying to say, like, I've never been. I don't smoke weed. I've never smoked weed. I don't even drink like that anymore. I don't do any of these things. So sex was always the one. Still, like, that's always been the one. But yeah, my point being is that if you cut out these things and you make a conscious decision, and the reason I'm talking about this right now is because I'm showing you the conscious things I've done over the years. You know, I spend more time by myself. I cut out things that I was using as a distraction. That's why I don't drink that much anymore, because I realized I was using that as a distraction. It's a way to escape facing reality. It's a way of escaping facing yourself. Because when I was young, when I was like 16, 17, I mean, I'm still young, I'm 20, but when I was younger, like really young, 16, 17, I was going to college, 16 even, and I used to have really bad anxiety. I don't even think no one knows this, but I used to have really bad anxiety, and I used to just drink. Like, that was just my way out. Like, and I know the way I'm saying it is like I'm Phil Mitchell, like just alcoholic, just drinking all the time. It wasn't like that. It was just like, you know, occasionally. I'm not saying every single day I was just pissed drunk like every single day. That's not what's happening. But I'm saying like I might take a shot before going to school, like going to college or some shit like that, because I was just too in my head. Like it was an escape. Like I remember one time I went on the train. I was supposed to go on the train to go to school and college. I keep saying school, but I want to differentiate so you understand I wasn't 14 when this is happening. This was college. And I used to take the Victoria line to Victoria. That's why I went to college, Victoria. And I'm waiting for the train, and the train comes, right? Victoria line's mad fast. If you're from London, you know the Victoria line is the best line. I don't care. Objectively, like you never have to wait more than 2 minutes. So the train comes, and the train comes, and I'm already running late to college. By the way, I'm always late. So I'm running late to college, and when the train comes, it's packed. And like I said, my anxiety was crazy, so I wasn't getting on the train. By the way, I'm already late, and I remember like 3 other trains coming, and they weren't even that packed after this one. They just had people on it, like just had a decent amount of people on it, and I wouldn't get on the train. Like this is the level it was at. I wouldn't get on the train if there was people on there, like this little shit like this, yeah. So when you're in these scenarios, and I know a lot of people are in this scenario now, I can't relate to this anymore. Like I really don't have an issue with anything now. Like I'm really not the same person. It's actually weird thinking about it now. But yeah, when you're in those type of scenarios, or when you have that level of anxiety, or you feel depressed, or you're not happy with who you are, then you start sourcing out for these vices. But anyways, back to the conversation I had with my friend, because this is where this is leading to. I'm just showing you all of the conscious decisions I made to be more well-rounded as a man, as a human, as an individual. And I'm basically showing you that you could have done this as well, and so could he. But instead, you two both want to still be doing the same shit, still using vices. Like I said, I've never been a drug type. I've never even done drugs. But a vice is a vice. You guys thinking you're better than other people with their vices because it's not drugs. But you guys are addicted to your phone. A lot of you girls addicted to your phone. Absolutely addicted. Even makeup is a vice. I'm gonna keep it real, because you're not willing to look in the mirror and actually accept what's in the mirror and actually deal with that. So you use makeup. That's a vice as well. So don't think your vice is better than other people's vice. Like I said, I never done drugs, but I'm not gonna judge these men doing their lean and doing their whatever, because at the end of the day I still had vice, but I cut it out. So could they. That's my point. So to say, you just make decisive decisions because you're just blessed with that brain, that's cap. That's not true. Even the fact that I'm making this YouTube video right now, it's not written. I'm talking off my head right now. I'm sitting down in my computer chair with my microphone in my hand, with my eyes closed, just talking. You know what I'm trying to say? Off my head. The fact that I have the confidence to do that right now, and I'm gonna cut it up and I'm gonna post it with videos of me in the gym, it's a indicator of how much I've grown as a person. If you told me to do that 4 years ago, there's no way I could do that. And a lot of you can't, and the reason I'm not saying that to shit on you, I'm saying that to say that there's a lot of you that want to do certain things like this, not necessarily this, but maybe you want to be an actor, or you want to be a singer, or whatever it is, and you don't have the confidence to really go and do it because you're still worried about what other people are thinking, because you don't know yourself. You need to sit down and really learn who you are. Shut up, close your eyes, turn off your phone. Another thing I did, I went, what's the longest time I went without being on my phone? A long time, like 3-4 months. Yeah, went like 3-4 months without being on my phone. It's the longest time I went without ejaculating. Like 2-3 months. So I do these things on a regular basis, try to escape these vices, because these are vices, and distractions from yourself. And yeah, if you can truly learn who you are, then it's gonna be way easier to make conscious decisions. You know who you are, you know what you want. Yeah, a lot of you can't even be honest with yourself because you don't even know who you are. You need to take time to really learn who you are as a person and stop trying to chase all of these things down to your detriment. So yeah, no, I don't subscribe to this idea that, you know, some people are just lost and some people are just found, and some people just chosen and they know exactly what they want from the start and life is just easy for them, and some people everything's hard. At the end of the day, if you take your time, you take the time. And it's not just about time. If you're brave enough to find out who you truly are, because it takes courage, I'm not gonna lie, it takes courage to really sit there by yourself with your thoughts. Because I mean, I used to be in a relationship with this girl and she literally told me she couldn't be with her thoughts. Like, if you're scared of yourself, the world is gonna kick your ass. I'm just letting you know, you gotta learn yourself first before you try to learn someone else. Different scenario, that's a different combo, but you know, I'm just saying, no dissing on no one. I'm just saying, off the dome, just talking. A lot of people are like that as well. That's such a universal thing. Basically, I'm trying to say, people being scared of themselves, because if they sit down with themselves for too long, they might find out some shit they don't like. So yeah, if you're brave enough to actually learn who you are, there's some great benefits to it, and you'll truly know what you want from life in every single aspect. Coming off social media is literally one of the fastest ways to do this, in my opinion. Because not only is it a vice, you're being fed agendas every single day. Every single day you're being fed a new agenda. Every single time I open my phone, I see girls with certain body types, right? Like plasticky, BBL, just this fake shit. I can't be asked to articulate properly. This fake shit. Every time I open my phone, I see this fake shit. That's an agenda. I'm gonna keep it real, that's an agenda. And no pun intended, but the transgender shit is also an agenda. I keep seeing these trans girls all the time. Nothing against trans people, but this agenda to make straight heterosexual men like that body type and also find trans people attractive is an agenda. So you come on social media and you realize, oh shit, I don't even find that fake shit attractive. I just kept seeing it on Instagram every day. That's just an example. I'm not even gonna get into the depths of why I think that is, because I was about to say some shit, but you know what? That's a whole different video. Maybe I'll make a video about that. Why do they keep forcing trans women on straight men? Maybe I'll title that shit. But for now, I'll just talk about the agendas. I'll even give another example. A couple years ago, if you're from London, you know about this. You go on Instagram, you see a guy wearing tech fleece, grey LV beanie, grey LV scarf. Now you're probably thinking this is very, 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 very harmless. But at the end of the day, it's being pushed on you every single day. Like this is what young men wear in London. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So you might even think to yourself, and I never did, I ain't gonna lie, I always thought the shit was dead, but you might think to yourself, oh shit, I really want that. But you don't even really want that. You like, as an actual person, as an actual soul, what you gotta understand is there's you here, there's more to you than just the you sitting here right now. The thing that I'm talking to you about right now, when I say sit down and close your eyes and think, I'm talking to you about your higher self. That's what I'm talking to you about. People aren't conscious about that. And what I'm talking to you about right now is the fact that if you don't connect with your higher self, someone else will tell you what you like, what you are. If you don't find what you truly are, you will be told what you are. I promise you. Just like how I said earlier, if you don't find direction when it comes to your career, your mom will give you direction for your career. This is why a lot of you guys, you don't have no direction, and then you got your parents saying, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a doctor. You don't want to be a doctor. It's not even just about direction as well. It's about a backbone. It's just about knowing yourself. Because even if you don't have true direction, I'm not saying, you need to be 17 and as soon as you're 17, you need to be 15 as soon as you're 15, or whatever age, even 25, you need to know exactly where you're going in life, everything, I'm not saying that, but you need to know what you do like and what you don't like. That's what I'm trying to say. When you know yourself, when you're connected with your higher self, you know what you don't like. When you see it, when you hear it, when you smell it, you know. You can try and lie to yourself and tell yourself, maybe. No, you don't. So yeah, you might not know what you're doing with your life in that little example of the doctor, but all I know is right now, if my mom tried to come to me right now and say, oh, Rashad, you should go study and be a doctor, I know I don't want to be a doctor. I mean, I know exactly what I want to do anyways, but if I didn't, I would still know I don't want to be a doctor. When I was 5 years old, I knew I didn't want to go to university. I remember them doing a group activity and them saying, what are you going to be when you're older? And I said, I'm going to be rich and I'm going to have a yellow Ferrari. That's what I told her. And she laughed, this teacher, and she said, How are you gonna do that? I said, I don't know. Because here's the thing as well. Get back to the conversation because I keep digressing. I got a lot to get off my head. I didn't even realize this is like therapy to me. Here's the thing. And back to my friend. I'm gonna call the original friend, the one I'm actually having a conversation. I'm gonna call him Alex. Okay. You got Alex and you got Jamal. Jamal is the guy we're talking about. Me and Alex are talking about Jamal. But right now, me and Alex, we're talking about Alex. And Alex is saying he doesn't know what he wants to do with his life. And I'm saying that's fine. Like, we're both young, both 20, 21. That's fine. I said to him, but the most confident people know that they don't know. Hear that again. To know that you don't know is so powerful. Someone to ask you a question and you'd say, I'm not informed about that. That is true confidence. If you ask me a question and I'm not informed about the subject, I won't answer the question. You can come to me and say, what do you think about Ukraine and Russia? And I will just tell you. You know what? I'm not really looked into that right now, so I'm not going to talk on that. A lot of you don't have that level of confidence. You're so insecure that you're so scared to not know something. And the reason I'm saying this is because when me and Alex was talking about Jamal, we're saying how Jamal always acts like he knows everything. I see this nigga Jamal a couple years ago, right? He got in his vegan thing like me. If you don't know, I've been vegan for 3. How would you know? I ain't told you. This channel just started. I've been vegan for 3 years. When I told Jamal I was gonna stop eating meat, this nigga laughed. All of them laughed. There's a whole group of them. I'm not gonna give them all alter egos. I'm just gonna keep it at Jamal for right now. This nigga laughed, right? Fair enough. Laugh it up. 5-6 months later, he comes saying he's gonna stop eating meat. 2-3 months after that, I see him again. This nigga's on his Dr. Sebi guru thing. My man he's not just vegan, yeah? He's not just I don't eat meat. This guy's on an alkaline diet. This guy's talking about adrenochrome. Yo, my account's gonna get locked off saying all these words, bro. What the fuck? But yeah, no, like, this guy's talking on some high frequencies, right? Fair enough, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with changing. I'm not calling him a hypocrite yet, but keep listening. So tell me why when I see Alex the other day, like 3 days ago, I go to Alex and Alex is telling me that Jamal eats meat now. Now, is it bad to change your mind about something? No, but my point is that when he was not eating meat, he acted like he knew everything. He knew why meat was so bad, why everything was so bad. He was so strong about it. That's my point. He was so strong about it because he's an insecure person. When you're insecure, you're always looking for something to cling onto, to be so strong about, to be so hard-headed about. If you ask me about why I'm vegan, I'll give you very, very, not vague, but I'll give you very simple answers, because the truth is I don't really know everything about it. Like, I don't know, like, I'm not some nutritionalist. I'm not some spirit, even on a spiritual level, I don't know everything about it. Like, I know why I think, listen to the word think, why I think that it is better to not eat meat and be on a plant-based diet. But I'm not gonna come on here and shit on meat eaters. Oh, this is why you guys are so terrible. It's these people right here are the most insecure people, because they can't admit when they don't know something. They think they know everything. They're not willing to learn anything, and then they end up going back to the old ways. So I told Alex, yo, Alex, the difference is between me and this nigga right here is that I've always been ready and willing to learn, because I've always been ready and willing to accept that I don't know everything. This nigga always thought he knew everything. He's too egotistical. He's not ready to even just leave his ego on a back burner. That's his issue. I keep coming back to this idea of truly learning who you are. When you truly learn who you are, you have nothing to prove to anyone at all. When I go out, yeah, and I meet people, Rashad, why are you so quiet? Do you know why I'm so quiet? And by the way, I'm not so quiet. I'm not like shy quiet. I'm just silent. I'm gonna give you 3 reasons why. Okay, number 1, I'm analyzing the room and what you niggas have to say. That's number one. Number two, I have nothing to prove to any of you. Here's the issue. Some of you are so loud all the time. You're so performative with your actions because you don't even know who you are. So you need to create this persona for everyone else. I know who I am. I can shut the fuck up and not say anything because I know who I am. I have nothing to prove to any of you. You either like me or you don't. But guess what? I'm connected with my higher self. I know me and I'm comfortable by myself. You can't say that. That's why you're out here performing for everyone. Number three is what you have to say becomes way more valuable and your words become way more potent when there's less of it. I swear to you, if you encounter a group of men, if you are in a group of men and you encounter another group of men and you guys are about to get into a violent altercation and three of them, let's say there's four of them, three of them, you already know how they are. You know exactly how they speak. You know everything about them because they're always talking. Who are you the most? Who do you fear the most? I'm gonna tell you, I fear the fourth one because I have no idea who he is. He could be a bitch ass nigga or he could be the scariest man in the room. That's the fact. When you come into a room with me, and I'm not saying I am the scariest man in the world, but you have no idea. That's the thing. Why have you given everyone access to you? You're not supposed to give everyone access to you. The truth is a lot of people are comfortable giving everyone access to them, but they're not even comfortable giving themselves access to them. It's so strange. They're scared to learn who they are. They're scared to be by themselves. They're scared to connect with their higher self. They're scared to be alone with their own thoughts. But everyone gets access to them apart from them. Bro, I'm gonna end the video there, man. I ain't even got nothing else to say. Like, subscribe, peace.